Hello, everyone, and welcome to Until the End of Time. My name is Veronica, and thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a crazy wild time for Arkham recently, and as the preview season for Scarlet Keys starts to come to a close, it is my privilege and my pleasure to start the Edge of the Earth campaign play-along. If you're not familiar with the play-along, don't worry, I will explain everything as part of the live stream. Hopefully you can all hear me, and hopefully you can see the title screen. If not, please let me know in the chat, but alright, I'm just gonna move along and talk about what this stream is going to be about. It's gonna be a quick one. I may have overslept, and I was also having some internet issues this morning, so let's just say things didn't go quite as smoothly as I like, but I wanted to talk about what is the campaign play-along, what are the deck building rules associated with the campaign play-along, and of course the reason why I'm even doing the stream in the first place, the random basic weakness draw, which everybody's hopefully very excited about. And as a bonus this time around, if you wanted to, you could have me draw your random death from the airplane crash as well. So I'm gonna have fun with that as well, inflicting misery upon everybody. The campaign play-along is a community event that I created and organized. It originated in the pandemic times. I guess technically, depending on where you live, you might still be in pandemic times. I don't really know. It's mostly ended where I live, but if you aren't, then my heart goes out to you. I hope you're safe. Either way, it was designed as a way to have social interactions and talking. I need to check that my audio is good. 1 second. Is my audio good? YouTube is saying that they don't have audio. Can you hear me? If somebody could post in the chat whether or not you can hear me or not, that would be appreciated. Because I'm supposed to be showing audio right now, but if not, I might have to restart the stream real quick. Oh, okay, you can hear me. Excellent. Sorry for the delay. That just I just get a message on YouTube like, hey, we can't hear audio. So I'm like, what? But apparently it's fine. There's just that was probably an old message. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. You're in YouTube and you can hear me. Excellent, because I'm not streaming anywhere else. So if you can hear me somewhere else, then something has gone wrong. Right, so back to what is the campaign play-along. It was meant as a community event, and it still is, right? It's meant to bring people together, to give you a discussion point, a kind of idea of, this idea of playing together, because Arkham is a cooperative game, it's a community game, it's a lifestyle game. It's a game that I think is fun to share with other people, and I think Frank from Down to the Flame has talked about this a couple of times when like when the pack openings were still happening, then like you would open a pack and you would play the myth, like the scenario, and then you would be really excited and talk about everybody. Oh, did you play the scenario? Did you have fun with it? What happened for you? That has gone away a bit as the new model releases and with other, just as the game has grown older. And so this is kind of trying to bring that excitement back of like figuring out what happened on a week-to-week basis. Now, that's changed slightly for this one. Edge of the Earth, of course, doesn't have a super straightforward scenario structure. Specifically, there are a maximum total of 10 scenarios, but a minimum total of 4 scenarios. So it is entirely possible to play the campaign in only 4 weeks, and it's also entirely possible to take 10 scenarios, and those two are hard to make work. So there's a specific schedule for this one, which will be on the next slide, so don't worry. As with all of them, the way you join is by going to discord.gg/mythosbusters. Make sure to get the role selection role so you get pinged whenever something happens. And then you can use the Google Forms to sign up and report your results. So the schedule is pretty straightforward. Starting today, we have Ice and Death, which is the campaign opener. There are 3 scenarios as part of Ice and Death, but I figured that for most people, I think one play session will cover 2 of those scenarios. So you have 2 weeks to complete those 2. Then, starting in October, you have 2 Forbidden Peaks. You could be playing Fatal Mirage at this point. There's a bit of a tight schedule here, but that gets, balanced out by the fact that the City of the Other Things gets 2 weeks for a single scenario. So if you're you can take these as a bit more of a suggestion than like a mandatory guideline. There's no penalty for falling behind ever. And also, as you'll see when we get to Heart of Madness, there's not really an end for this campaign. I don't know how busy I'm going to be in November. I'm hoping to have an internship by that time. I don't actually have one yet, and I have like a couple of weeks left to actually arrange one, so that's super terrifying. But the point is, I don't think there will be a next campaign play along very quickly. So don't worry if you can't if you can't finish by like the end of October. You'll have November to finish it off. Try to get roughly, if you're still doing Ice and Death by, actually, that's not even true. If you're still doing Ice and Death by October, that's fine. Just play at whatever pace you like, share your stories, don't go ahead of these is the main rule, right? If you are talking about Heart of Madness October 8th, then something has gone wrong, and we don't want that, right? Because there are people who are playing this campaign for the first time, and we don't want to spoil them. All right, deck building. So one of the kind of by now iconic things about the campaign play-along is that it uses a restricted deck building set. So you cannot use every card in the game. You can only use cards that were printed in the revised core set, Return of Knight of the Zealot, if you care, most of those cards are garbage, the Investigator starter decks, and the Edge of the Earth Investigator expansion. No Mythos packs for me to track down this time, it's just one big box. Now, one important note here is the Scarlet Keys cards. I'm aware that a lot of people are going to get their Scarlet Keys cards, and they're going to be very excited about them, and are going to want to play with them. Officially, they're not allowed for this campaign play-along. If you decide to play with them anyway, I'm not going to send the Arkham Police to your home. So if you want to add those in, just keep in mind that, I think a lot of people won't be using them. So, just be clear about that in your discussion. As for the revised core set, if you don't own the revised core set and instead own the original core set, you can totally use those. There's no reason to get the revised core set in that case, but keep in mind that there are 13 new cards in that core set that you can also use. So if you own these from having the other product that these appear in, you can totally play them. Like Charisma, Relic Hunter, and I would say a couple of these other ones, Lockpicks, are like big deals. So make sure you know which cards are in the revised core set if you're using the original core set as a deck building base. And there are no cards removed from the original core set. Alright, that's it for rules, I think. If anybody has any questions, you can always pop them in the live chat. But it is time for the most exciting part of the stream, which is the part where I have to show my face. I mean, I don't have to show my face, I suppose, but I'm going to anyway. And I hope this works. My camera does look like it froze again, so give me a second to reactivate that. And looks like we're showing video. All right, time for basic weaknesses. Honestly, my favorite part of the stream here. There's so much, how do you put it? It's such a fun little thing for me, mostly because I get to inflict suffering on others, which is of course what I'm here for. So we only have like 20 of them, so it's gonna be a quick one, which is nice. So starting off with Team Wrong Jungle by Nefs, who is playing Leo Anderson and Monterey Jack using the campaign play-along card pool. Yeah, I need to, so to be clear, is the right, sorry, I have the wrong spreadsheet open. 1 second. Let me get the right, I thought I had the right spreadsheet open, but now I don't have the right spreadsheet open anymore. My apologies. How are you all doing? Today's the last day of the preview season. That's crazy. I'm kind of like shocked that it's already open. Okay, we're still on Team Wrong Jungle. We still have a Monterey Jack and a Leo Anderson. How I'll ruin Norman. That's a rather rude way to phrase that. I mean, you're not wrong. I look forward to it too, but you know. All right, so Team Wrong Jungle, campaign play along, weaknesses only, and the first one here is for. Sorry, I need to Leo Anderson. Leo is self-destructive. I need to check where I need to hold this. Sorry, we're doing it live because my morning was a bit more frantic on account of the internet just dropping out. Oh, that's barely legible. That's not great. All right. And the weakness that I'm going to be gracefully handing over to Monterey Jack is Psychosis. I might have to real quick. 1 second. We're doing it live. Okay. Changing the lighting real quick so that we can actually see these cards. So Psychosis for Monterey Jack. Okay, back up, and we also wanted to know, is there a... Yep, do you want to see who dies? Okay, so for this first one, I'm actually going to tell you who survives, one at a time. Last one dies. And then after that, I'm just going to be flipping them one at a time, because I don't want to spend ages on this. But, Ness, your survivors from the plane crash are going to be... make sure that this is all still working. And no, camera's in freeze, excellent. Avery, the frost token preventer, very nice. You don't want him to die. Takara, good if you like money or if you hate mental trauma. Dr. Amy Kensler, glad to see that she's doing okay. Danford, ooh, he's one that often dies for me, so you know, okay. So there's 5 left. Roald Ellsworth is probably one of the best ones. IMO, like being able to deal with treacheries is so important. Cookie's not dead yet. So who do we have left? We have 3 left. Ooh. All right. Who dies? Well, first, Dr. Mala Sinha survives. That's very important. Hashtag be gay. William Dyer, despite his name, survives. And Nessus, your plane crash victim is Alaya Ashvak, the dog. The dog sitter, the dog handler. So, one more time, self-destructive for Leo, for Monterey, Psychosis, and your plane crash was Alaya. Alright. Now onto the next team. I'm gonna move through it a little faster. Team Anju, we're not in Arkham anymore. Two-handed solo by Chess Snark, Lily Chan, and Monterey Jack. I'm seeing a lot of Monterey Jacks in here. I'm kind of surprised because Monterey Jack was not a investigator that I was excited for going into this campaign. But, you know, do what you gotta do. Lily's weakness is Haunted. And do you have Return to Dunwich? You do have Return to Dunwich. Monterey Jack's weakness is Through the Gates. I had a big discussion about Through the Gates recently, so kind of excited for that. Let me check into... Ness, you're actually in chat. Excellent. Sorry, I had to check my camera settings and I forgot to pop back into the YouTube. Oh no, the poor dog. Yeah, I will say, out of all of the deaths in the opening intro bit, I think that one's the saddest to me. It's that one and when Kensler dies. Those are actually can get me to cry sometimes. Anyway, so Lily was Haunted, Monterey Jack had Through the Gates, and Chesnark, your plane crash death is Dr. Amy Kensler. I hope you don't have to cry. It is so sad. Alright. Faded Expedition, a two-handed solo by Kalega, Ursula Down, and Lily Chen. For Ursula Down, Indebted, and Paranoia. For Lily Chen. I guess this team is not... how do you put it? This team doesn't have any money, basically. All right, and your plane crash death is Danforth. Moving on, we have the Oxford Explorer. Weaknesses from the campaign play along only. We have a Monterey Jack. Is this true solo? Yeah, it's true solo. So Monterey Jack for a true solo weakness from the campaign play along pool only. Monterey Jack is being haunted by a stubborn detective, which has to be quite stubborn to go all the way to the edge of the earth. And your death is Avery Claypool, which I feel a bit bad about, because if you lose Avery, you're gonna get so burned by those frost tokens. So I hope you bring like heavy furs or something and have a plan for that, because you're gonna autofill some tests. Alright, next up, Team Epic Fail. Playing Lola Hayes, and you didn't want me to draw your death. That's fine. And you want it from the entire collection, so you get an Accursed Follower. Enjoy having curse tokens in a campaign that has no way to mitigate them. It's gonna be fun. Next up, The Soldier and the Sage by Tancred Menares, Norman Withers, and Mark Harrigan. Norman has Stupor. Right, those weaknesses are bound to come up at some point. So this is the one that it's a point of horror. Then you can take Parlay, Draw, or Investigate actions. Oh, Investigate on Norman. Oh, that doesn't seem fun. You're going to have to want to clear that. And for Mark Harrigan, Hypochondriac. Wow, I'm really like... these are some brutal weaknesses specifically for this team. Like, if these were flipped, that wouldn't be a problem. But this is the after you take one or more damage, take a direct horror, and you're playing Mark. You're going to be able to... you're going to need to clear that one. Fortunately, at least you have some like options also in the campaign for dealing with them. And you did want me to tell you who died. Cookie died. Which is a shame, but on the other hand, if you have Mark on your team, I feel like you'll be okay without Cookie. Next up, Pax Chaos Hell. A two-handed solo team with the campaign play along pool only. Daniela Reyes and Monterey Jack. Starting off with Daniela Reyes. Atychophobia. This is an interesting weakness. Normally, I would like to play Daniela leaning more into survivor cards. But if you have Atychophobia, I think you might want to try to lean away from that a little bit. And try to go with like big skill values only. For Monterey Jack, Nihilism. Great weakness. A very mild... Actually, I don't know if I want to say great weakness. It's a very mild weakness. It's one you can really thank. And Pax... that's where the other shoe drops. World died for you, Pax. So I'm sorry. And so not to like set myself up for disappointment later, but I have been talking with Bradley. That's Pax's real name. Hashtag doxed. But we might be doing some kind of collab for when the Scarlet Keys come out. So I expect that he will be, if he's really disappointed or really frustrated with with Roald dying, I expect to hear from him. All right, Voltglass. The reasonably sized albino gators, which is a weird... Okay. Because they're Lola and Charlie. That makes sense. They're the neutral investigators. All right. Lola has... it's the campaign play along pool only. Lola's panicking. Single point of horror. And you have to take you cannot take more than one play, engage, or resource action per turn. I think that's fine for Lola. Not being able to take multiple play actions is maybe a little rough, but I think you can play around that one. I don't think that one's too crippling. And then for Charlie, Silver Twilight Acolyte. Okay, that one's a little rough. And your death is Dr. Mala Sinha. Oh no, we're killing our gays. All right. Moving along, we have a Goodwill Gesture, 4-player team from the whole pool. Going down the line, we're starting with Monterey Jack, who is drawing the sign. That's a rough weakness for him, I think, because he likes to draw lots of cards. And if you draw that off of his ability, you're going to be losing a bunch of cards. Wendy has Obsessive. Again, kind of rough. Like, you like having cards in hand as Wendy. You like being able to pitch him to redraw tests. Daryl Simmons has Narcolepsy. Okay, I love this weakness. I think it's one of the most fun weaknesses in the game. Also because it's tough, but it's not like real bad. You can work around it. And finally, Zoe is Overzealous, which is very Zoe, and also kind of rough in this campaign. And your team's death was Professor William Dyer. It's literally in the name. He's going to die. He's a dyer. Team Punch and Pingwing. Wow, okay. I can see that the team naming arms race has not de-escalated. Diana Stanley and Jenny Barnes. Diana has a Mob Enforcer chasing her down, while Jenny Barnes has the Dread Curse. Enjoy having lots of curse tokens in your bag, along with your frost tokens. That'll make those skill tests really easy, I'm sure. And your death is Takakara Hiriko. So we have had everybody die at least once. I'm now going to shuffle up the pile, and from now on I will be shuffling back in. But these first 9, I wanted to make sure everybody died at least once, because that's just fair. I am a cruel god. Zoe's overzealous. Well, yes, but she is. What is her weakness, lol? Yeah, very true. Zoe is quite the character. I love her. I think she's like very like. Okay, I do a lot of writing. I think Zoe's a very well-designed character from like a writing style. Team, let's rewrite the stars. Words. And you didn't want me to have your random death, okay? But Norman Withers has a Dark Pact, which I think is actually pretty cool. And Nathaniel Cho has Chronophobia. Ooh, okay, you're going to want to clear that soon, because Nathaniel does not have a lot of power. Or a lot of sanity. Team Nice Shemi Investigators has Akachi and Min. Did you actually want me to draw your weaknesses? Oh, sorry, you didn't want me to draw your weaknesses. At least, okay, you didn't list that you wanted me to draw your weaknesses. If you wanted me to do that anyway, I'll just get you to real quick. You have an arm injury for Akachi and a amnesia for Min. If it turns out you didn't actually want me to draw your weaknesses, that's fine. You're free to ignore these. You did want me to pick your death, which is Claypole. Avery Claypole died for Team Nice Shemi Investigators. All right. Team Fire and Ice. Silas Marsh and Marie Lombao. That's cool. Silas has a Paranoia. Discard all your resources. I think that's fine for Silas. I mean, never great. But yeah. Did I already draw for Norman and Mark, Soldier and Sage? I think I did. You're going to have to go back in the video, because I can't actually go back and remember what I draw for you. And sorry, I'm in the middle of drawing for somebody else. I should probably finish that one first. So for Team Fire and Ice, Silas got Paranoia, and Marie got the 13th Vision. Pretty straightforward weakness. Not too bad. Although I think for Marie a little worse, because she doesn't have that high skill values. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. For Min... Oh, sorry. I forgot. For Team Fire and Ice, your randomly chosen death is Danforth. For Team, she'll be going around the mountain when she comes. Min has Hypochondria. Probably fine as far as true solo goes. I like these a little bit more because they're not... If you can avoid taking a bit of damage, you can probably mitigate the impact of the weaknesses. And Min, you'll have to do without Cookie. Probably okay. Min can handle herself. Make sure to bring lots of skills to deal with enemies. The Snowbound Adventures of Kamani Jones and their Tiny Deck of Cards. That's a heck of a title. Okay, you want a truth, you want a core or investigator pack. I don't know if I have any of those left. Oh yeah, I do. Reckless. Your Kamani Jones is Reckless. And you also wanted me to draw your random death. Danforth again. I swear I didn't stack this, and I'm shuffling as I'm doing this. So, rip Danforth. I'm going to shuffle my weakness file because I just went through them. We have 4 more to go. Almost there. For Tikka Lily Leo and Eidolon Lola, which is... Wow. Okay. The bar's been set for weakness names. Koltos is doing fantastic. Leo and Tabulola, of course. So for Leo, your weakness is. I'm gonna mulligan that one just on account of loving the name too much. Hypochondria. Leo has hypochondria. And your Lola is self-centered. And your random death. Okay, we're not doing Ganford for the third time. Alaya. Good luck, Koltos, you fantastic person with your incredible name. That is so funny. Tickly, Leo, and Eidolon Lola. I'm so mad. Danford Fan Club. Winifred Habermock. Alright. Did you say where you wanted them from? Yeah. You have an offer you cannot refuse. Interesting. As far as like investigators go, Winifred's probably not the worst. Because she doesn't really mind having a bunch of money just lying around. You know, gotta play those skills, and those don't cost any money. And your random death is Roald Ellsworth. Good luck. The Dipole duo. Monterey Jack and Lily Chan. Monterey Jack. Okay, you have a big list of which cards you have. You don't have that one. You do have that one. Let me just grab two that like work. That I know work for you. Yeah, okay. So Monterey Jack has a Mob Enforcer chasing him down. Again, pretty reasonable. Monterey can have lots of money, so he's gonna be fine with it. And Lily Chen has the Tower. I think you can build Lily pretty skill light, so this might not be a problem. You don't need a terror swap for anything else either. And your random death is Danford again. I swear that I'm not stacking these. Professor Dr. Withers goes on a cruise. Is this? Yeah. Knew it was you. This is Mask, who signed up early this morning just to be in time for the thing, because he had a busy day yesterday and was like, hey, is the campaign play mode starting next week? And I'm like, it's starting tomorrow. So we had to sign up real quick. All right, Norman Withers, random basic weakness. I'm going to pick a fun one for you. Oh, this is fun. I can actually just pick one around, like, and ruin the fun for my friends. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shuffle. See, shuffle deck. Norman is making a Dark Pact. And your random death is going to be Danford again, right? Like, I'm shuffling here. This is the last death, so I think I'm going to do them one at a time again, because I think I've got, like, a little bit more time left. So, William, your survivors rolled Danford, Mala, Amy Kensler, Takara, Alaya, Cookie, Professor Dyer. So in the chat, who's been paying attention? Who knows who the final death is? Who knows who didn't survive? I think I'm going through them maybe a little too fast, but I'm wondering if anybody caught that. I'm also pointing at this screen while the webcam's over there, so I should point that direction. See if the chat gets it. Is it the Frost one? Well, he has a name, and that name is Avery Claypool, but it is indeed the Frost one. It is indeed. So I think I've just guaranteed doom for Mask. Hope he's doing okay. I might be getting Discord notifications in a second. Why did you do this to me? I thought you liked my brownies, but that's it. That's it for the random weakness draws. That's it for the random deaths. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope this wasn't too disjointed of a stream. I definitely noticed that I was a little bit more chaotic than usual, which is to be expected, I think. I'm going to be wrapping up the preview season recaps shortly. I'm also going to switch back. Turn the cam back off. All right. So, yeah, the last preview is tonight. It's by Tango and Plan. Go check them out. They've been doing fantastic work with the preview so far. Like, genuinely, I think they've been like one of the best ones. And I'm really excited to see what they have in store for us. And we're going to... so once that comes out, I'll be doing a recap video early next week. And then I'll probably take a little break or maybe use that time to upload some of the Cyclopean Foundations videos that I've been talking about. I should be recording the fourth session today. And then it's probably Scarlet Keys time. If, again, I don't want to promise too much, but I would like to do an unboxing video. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But thank you, and if you have any questions or comments or whatever, please post them in the campaign play-along chat in the Discord. Thank you, everybody, and I'll be seeing you until the end of time. Bye!